When Netflix canceled this series, they made a huge mistake. This is Rain Said That, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new, hi and welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you have not seen this series, it is called The Get Down. And what I love about The Get Down is that the cast did such a wonderful job of bringing this timeline back to life. So I really feel as though this series should have got like some type of Grammy or something like that. Whatever awards that they give out for films, I think is Emmy. I feel like they all deserved it. Like, I've never heard of a lot of these actresses and actors before, and they had some great, heavy hitters in the film as well, but I'm talking about the introductory characters. I've never really heard a lot from them before, but they did a wonderful job. Now, the storyline with the love story between Mylene and Ezekiel is just so pure, it's so raw, it's so real. Honestly, like, the way that they were feeling for each other can actually be felt off the screen. I really thought that they was in a relationship. That's how good of the acting that they did. So I'm going to say bravo to these two actors. But I also love that it does give us a sisterhood and also give us a brotherhood. So you get both perspective of them both trying to get off the Bronx, and the male struggles of that and the women's struggles of that. And I love how they grasp the storyline of how are we both going to try to get up out of here, because a lot of people never leave out of their hometown. A lot of people don't really get to fly. And for Mylene, I will say her cross was her religion, her background, how she was raised, and her own father trying to put her in a box and stop her from growing, but he was wanting to pimp her out for the congregation, which is one. And for Ezekiel, he had a lot of things, a burden in his life. He didn't have no mother. He's living with his family. He's trying to figure out his own, lane. And then he has education to fall back on, but he's actually a talented lyricist. He's a great writer. He's a great poetry, and he's trying to beat the odds where should he trust his dreams, or should he just go the normal predictable route of just going to school, getting an education, and getting a job, and forgetting about his passions and his love for music. So you can definitely see how he's struggling with that, and how as Mylene is struggling about coming into womanhood and trying to figure out what she likes and what she doesn't like, and trying to find her own path. And you see that within other characters on the show. And I also love that they showing everyone's story. Like, every character got a chance to tell their struggles and what they're going through as well, and how their friendships interconnect with one another, and how they even form the group to Get Down. So I love that for this series, and I feel as though this was cut off before its prime, because it did come out in 2016, and I feel like it was way before its time. If it would have came out around 2020, I feel like that they would have had a real chance to last and to break ground. But I feel like people just wasn't ready for this in 2016. But I feel as though like they made a mistake by canceling it. I feel like if they actually would sit down, the people at Netflix, and revamp another, the part 3 that we're missing, because I have so many questions as well as I didn't get the answers to because the show was canceled. Now, I'm not going to forget about Shameik, because he's also one of the main characters, and he's one of the guys that is being raised from the streets. And they usually don't really show like why people do the things that you do, but I love how they show that he wants to do better. He wants to be a better person. He wants his out, because he really doesn't want to live that life. He was literally handed the cards that he was dealt, and he's trying to figure out a way to get out too, because he's tired of it. And if you have not seen this film, I advise that everyone go and see it, because it is very eye-opening to a lot of different things, a lot of different perspective, and you get a basic understanding, and you can learn a few things about people. It has a lot of life lessons in it as well, and it helps you not to be able to judge people so quickly, because you never know what people are going through. You never know their story. You never know what they're trying to get out of before you count them out. So I definitely rate this series a 10 out of 10 out of 10.